found a way to bounce back. I've still stayed in it. 73-73 fourth quarter. And yes, remember that this is already historical for Rivers Hoopers. This is the first time in the Nigerian side we'll get to the semi-finals of the Basketball Africa League. And they are going to make it into the final. Remember, there's also another semi-final coming up later on. Petro Atletico against Cape Town City or something like that. Yeah, South African side. So I'll keep my eyes on this one for anyone who is very much concerned about what Rivers Hoopers are up about or up to right there in Kigali. Welcome to Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Olalea Digo. It's great to be here once again. Always love to be here, you know that, and I'm hoping that the feeling is the same on the other side. Alright, we'll do this Monday through Fridays, 6 p.m. and the very best of drive time talking sports on the radio. There's plenty to talk about today. Remember, it's Europa Conference League final tonight. Olympiacos against Fiorentina. Yeah, raise your hands up if you used to call it Fiorentina back then. Oh, some still do. You probably go to the viewing centers. You probably some still hear Fiorentina. No, it's not Florence. It's Fiorentina. Yes. Although they are based in the city of Florence. Interesting, right? Alright, so it's Fiorentina against Olympiacos tonight. That should promise some excitement. Ayo Belkadi definitely in some great form, and Fiorentina looking bad as well. Remember, the winner will get an automatic spot in the UEFA Europa League group stages next season. And that sets us up nicely for the Champions League final coming up on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Wembley. That's the venue. Real Madrid up against Borussia Dortmund. Yep, and it's Real chasing title number what? Yeah, it's title number 16 they are chasing as far as the cup with the two big ears is concerned. Alright, we'll probably also have a very interesting conversation about how a crucial, a very important Champions League title really set Real Madrid on the tone, or set them on the path to what is like Real Madrid 2.0 in the Champions League. I'm talking about our La Decima that they did win in 2014. I will set them on this journey to dominating and being kings of Europe time and again. Remember that when they won that title in 2002 at Hampden Park, they had to endure years and years and years of Champions League agony to be able to win La Decima in 2014. We'll talk about that. And also, there's a very interesting fact I came across. The last couple of Champions League, in fact, the last 4 or the last 6 Champions League finals have featured very few goals. I'm looking at the numbers here, and I would like to really know why few goals in the Champions League final. Yeah, there have been 6 goals in the past 5 Champions League finals, and each of the past 4 finals have ended 1-0. I mean, for the most watched club competition, it's a little strange. We'll try to find some answers to that this evening as well. I may be wondering if I'm alone. No, I'm not alone. Okwemi Akiode also just dropped by and has had a busy day trying to talk about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 100 days in office. Definitely that's been the talk of the town. May 29, although you have to wait for the next 14 days for a Democracy Day public holiday. Interesting. Anyways, the new national anthem is also dominated the social space all day. Do we call it the new national anthem, or we call it the old/new national anthem? Whatever it is, we will be singing a new national anthem going forward. Maybe that's why they didn't have the national address today, because they didn't have the song yet. So we'll probably have it on the 12th of June. Hey, have you started learning how to sing the national anthem? We've also got Super Eagles coming up against South Africa and Benin Republic. We'll be interested in all the players. Also, we'll learn the new or the old/new national anthem. How you doing? You're an OG. You should know the old national anthem, right?
That's the great part of it right now. Well, the president feels is about patriotism. He feels that was more, it's more
evoking.
More evoking, exactly. I just, a friend of mine just sent a video to me right now on X, and I saw the video that way even before the president became president. In fact, before he started, getting to the political conversation of the election for I said that if he has the opportunity, he will change and take us back to the old order. But again, it's what it is. I'm funny enough, I've never thought about it that in the next couple of days we have qualifiers against.
I want to say Ademola Lookman is going to sing this.
I want to see everybody in that squad.
Yeah.
I think it's basically about I don't know what it is. It's a long process again. We have to go back and then start. For me, well, I know it already before now, but for Gen Z's, throw it back a bit.
Even for millennials as well. Yeah, millennials.
So somebody even said because the people that decided to go back to the old order is because they got used to the old order while they were in primary school, so they've still not gotten to the rise of copper trust. So henceforth, it's Wale Ahedi. We'll be hailing each other now.
Hope you've had a great day.
Well, not really. It's really been a very bad day, but we have to come out here to go.
Yeah, you just have to keep pushing on, man. Yeah, I'm sure that it's going to turn somewhere. Yeah,
absolutely.
The corner definitely, will turn, and brighter days ahead. Definitely. All right, we'll probably talk about that after the show. Then, you can always cry on my shoulders.
Shoulder.
All right, by the way, we're still waiting for Tony to join us on the show. I'm sure that he is en route.
He's hailing people as he's coming.
Okay. All right, interesting. All right, for boxing enthusiasts, definitely you have reason to be excited going to this weekend because Saudi Arabia is the hub. I was listening to Talk Sports UK this morning, and the head of they have what they call an entertainment department, ministry, something like that. Yeah, the head of that ministry was talking about the fact that UK, US, you've enjoyed your time in the limelight of boxing. It's time for us. It's time for us to also enjoy it, and we want to embrace it. We're spending a lot of money into it, and the sports is even better for it as well. Boxing has enjoyed a lot of attention in the last 1-2 years, and this weekend it's going to be really good because Queensbury and Matchroom will be going head to head. So in case you don't know, backstory, Queensbury promotion is owned by Frank Warren. Matchroom is owned by Eddie-Earn. So what they've done is do a 5v5. The five best fighters, and let's see who has the better stable. And they've taken all it to Saudi Arabia. Let's just enjoy all of that in Saudi Arabia, and all that fight comes up on the 1st of June. Starts 7 p.m. I think UK time, and I think the pick of the bunch was Dimitri Bivol should be taking on Beterbiev, but I think I heard that Beterbiev is withdrawn because of injury, so Bivol will fight against Malik Zinat. But that's still a big fight, no doubt. But I can't wait to see Deontay Wilder back in action again. He's up against Zhilei Zhang and the 40-year-old
America versus China.
Oh yeah, definitely. I like to know where TikTok will be in all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to know TikTok. There's also Daniel Dubois against Filipe Okovic. That's also a big fight. Remember, both are aiming to become the mandatory challenger for Alexander Usyk's IBF world title, which has been stripped off him after he defeated Tyson Fury.
And it also seems that the date for the rematch has been fixed for 21st of December.
Oh yeah, Saudi Arabia as well.
Saudi Arabia again.
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia again.
Anything you need with boxing, just go to Saudi Arabia. And driving down to the office, a lot of people started complaining that the fights in Saudi Arabia lacked atmosphere because Saudi are just new in the business. But gradually, they're also building the atmosphere. They're investing in infrastructure. They're investing in
a lot of things.
Exactly.
You see what they do with Live Golf.
Oh yeah.
They've literally taken everyone on the PGA Tour down to Live Golf. All of them, or every one of them, because there's so much money on it. Some months back, I was watching Jason Gay's interview, and he said one of the reasons why he went to he dropped the PGA Tour for Live Golf was that he's into business, he's got responsibilities, and there's so much money coming from Live Golf, and he has to just embrace it. Even PGA don't have a choice now. They've gone to meet Live Golf and said, don't worry, rather than for you to pack all of our professional let us get to a meeting point. How many meets do you want to organize in a single golf year? Of course, we have the PGA membership stuff. Now they seem to want to work together because the money is huge, and there's a level which passion will drive you. You will need so much money, and that's exactly what Saudi is bringing to the game.
Oh yeah, talk about the mecca of boxing right now, and I think it's gradually becoming Saudi Arabia. So interesting or ironic that Mecca is also in Saudi Arabia, right?
So I want to now see, maybe they will now embrace female boxing. where part of the body will have to be shown.
Yeah, it'll be tragic to see.
They will do that. They will just stick on, it's all male sport. And that's going to be a very major setback for them.
Alright, in the 70s, in the 80s, even in the early 90s, it was Las Vegas being the home of boxing. Later it switched to the UK, where the American boxing wanted to come to the UK, but now everything is all about what's happening in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Alright, still to come. We've got the latest from the French Open. It's been one of the worst days in lives of Roland Garros 2024. Lots of rain has been washed out, but still seeing a couple of action in there. And there's an interesting game going on right now between Sᴘᴏʀᴛs and Neil Milsaka. Bring you updates when we come back from this break. By the way, what song do you want to listen to? I don't take requests, but I'm just I just want to cheer you up. What song would you like us to come back on the show with?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. How about your song? How about your song being a throwback to being a tribute to a woman crush Wednesday?
I don't have any woman crush.
You don't have any woman crush? Really? Really?
No.
Should I help you with one?
I want to crush her.
Alright, we'll be right back. 612 Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. Don't go anywhere.
Just a little faith, you can try to do it. You love hard water shoot cement and confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. You love hard water shoot cement. Number one. You love hard waterproof cement. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lavak water shoot cement, water to collect. For Tanjamu house, foundation and basement to go. Ogbonge cement for water long areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria.
Put full stop for water wahala.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime I cook like this, I always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one I know they put. Now it make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
All your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that to get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
You love hard water shoot cement and confirm. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. Ogbonge cement for waterlogged areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria. You love hard water shoot cement. Number one. You love hard waterproof cement. Good full stop for water wahala. With Lavak water shoot cement, water to collect. For Tanjamu house, foundation and basement to go. Ogbonge cement for water long areas. Number one waterproof cement for Nigeria.
Put full stop for water wahala.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime I cook like this, I always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one I know they put. Now it make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
All your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that to get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
If I
Okay, man. Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. This is dedicated to Oᴘᴇɪ Aᴅɪɪ. Was having a bad day, but hopefully we'll be able to cheer him up on the show. So enjoy this one. Yeah, you like this, right? Yeah, it's fun. Alright, it's a 2-point game at the BAL semi-final. It's gone into overtime actually, and Oopers trail by 2, 78-80. That's what it is right now, and we are rooting for a goal or down the side. Oh, it's now a 6-point game, 78-84. Al-Ahly Benghazi leading in overtime 5-11. It's not looking good, but let's hope that we can get Will Perry, likes of Cᴏᴜvᴛ to come to the party and deliver the goods. Alright, from the French Open, by the way, Tᴜɪᴅᴇ also joins us on the show, streaming live on Facebook too. So you can watch us live and drop your comments as well. Let's say the third seed Carlos Alcaraz advanced to the third round at the French Open today following a 4-set win over the unseeded Dutchman Jesper de Jong. Alcaraz won the encounter 6-3, 6-4, 2-6, 6-2 in just over 3 hours on court. Philippe Chatrier, the Spaniard, went into the class as the women favorite against a player ranked at 176 in the world, who was playing in the main draw at the French Open for the first time. Now, the form book was observed in the opening set. Alcaraz broke twice to claim it, although it came back in the second set. But good to see Alcaraz in the next round. All right, back to some live results. And it's Iga against Naomi Osaka, and I like the look of this. It's going to a decider because Swiatek took the first set 7-6, and Osaka powered back in the second 6-1, and the third set has begun. Yeah, and this should be very, very interesting. Coco Gauff also up against Tamara Zinazek. That game has just started. Ons Jabeur straight to the next round, same as Sofia Kenin, who was defeated Karen Garth here by 2 sets to love. Alright, Young, what's poppin'? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm listening to a question of song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is that need change in national anthem, but
Today I heard you.
Someone said that how about we just adopt Adekole Gold's Rodo as the new national anthem?
You know the vibe we have as a nation. If I go to the national tournament and you start to big smoke pollution to Basso, everybody will not be fear, even if you have to spend in one play. What is a mark big smoke?
Where's the
Yes. Before I get to all of the football on the plate, what did you make of Tim Walz, who at least showed the scoreline some respect? Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Nothing. It doesn't happen before.
Yeah, but at one day, 1 year, at one point in time, this is going to happen. Someone or one franchise is going to come from 3 down in the playoffs and win the series.
But it's not going to be this one. What I will give you is that Zima was most likely win game 5 as well in Minneapolis, and then when they come for game 6,
I make it respectable.
The pressure will then be on Dallas. They absolutely have to win game 6, because if you then still drop game 6 and make it 3-3, then the comeback is definitely most likely going to happen, because you are going back to Minnesota for game 7. But yeah, I sort of expected them to drop, especially with the news of Derek Lively's injury. He took a knee to the back of the head in game 3, an inadvertent knee from Karl Anthony Towns that led to him being concussed. He did not finish that game, and then he couldn't make it back for game 4. Of course, they still have big men like Daniel Gafford, and Maxi Kleber also returned from injury, but he doesn't offer the same thing that Lively offered. It's not a lob threat. It's not a presence in terms of rim protection. It just doesn't. They are not the same player at all, and it showed. Even though it was a narrow 5-point loss. But one big thing that changed for the Timberwolves was that one of their star offensive men that has not been playing well this entire series, Karl Anthony Towns, finally came to the party.
Yeah, came to the party
yesterday with 2 huge back-to-back
3-pointers
in the closing stretch of the game to really drive them home. Anthony Edwards also had his best game of the series so far. So yes, as to show some this week, they said they didn't want to get swept. I fully expected if they win game 4, then they will win game 5, because it makes no sense to rally back, win game 4 on the road, and then go back home in game 5 and then lose the series on in front of your own fans, and with everything that they put into the series. So I think they are going to take the next game as well. But that then puts the pressure on Dallas, meaning that game 6 in Texas absolutely has to be won, and they can't afford to drop it. At this point, like you said, anything can happen. Who knows? But I doubt it's going to happen. There's a reason it's never happened. Even 3-1, coming back with 3-1 down, I don't have it done until LeBron did it against LeBron and the Cavs did it against the Golden State Warriors, the 72-win Golden State Warriors of 2016. So there's the reason. There's a reason it's a series, so that there will not be upsets. If a team can beat you 4 times, they're better than you. That's the logic behind basketball. Yeah. It's not like smash and grab. You can't smash and grab 4 times. Yeah, you can't smash or grab your way to victory. Yeah. If you mistakenly get one goal, they will punish you over the course of the next 7. So the next 6. So yes, congratulations to Minnesota for delaying the inevitable. I still think it's going to be and from even a neutral perspective, if Dallas had won yesterday, it will be over a week without basketball, because the finals will start on June 6th. Yeah, that's almost even 2 weeks away. So it prolongs the action a little bit. So now you have to off.
But that's delaying the inevitable, because once the NBA finals is finally done, you probably have to wait for another 3 months before the new season comes. Yeah, but you just want to enjoy this one, right?
Mentally, the season has finished. When you're in playoff mode, it applies to us international viewers who have to schedule our lives. Okay, I will wake up
By the way, what do you guys plan to do your weekends now that there's no Premier League football? But we're done with the Champions League on Saturday, right? But the Euros doesn't come into play immediately. It doesn't start until 2-3 weeks.
2 weeks is good time. Nigeria also has qualifiers. There's a lot.
I don't think there's really a lot.
There is.
They don't come in bulk like the Premier League holds you down from
you followed it all the time. You followed it, so you always know that at that time of the year you would have to take a break, just a few more. Okay, what happened during COVID? Everyone before there was a whole year of non-league football.
It's not even our first.
And this is even the first time.
For those of us that do this as a job, I'm sure you guys might do. I don't watch as much football as I used to when I was just a fan. I do not.
I raise up my hands. I don't watch so much football.
I do not. I can't remember the last Saturday that I've just been at home. I just sit down and watch everything. Because you always just speak signals.
Exactly. You have so many other things.
You probably watch the big games.
Exactly. Just not like for the weekend.
Yeah. By the way, the one I know a lot of people are also guilty of, especially also in this line of duty. Do you listen to other radio sponsors or other sponsors on radio?
I do. Yeah, a lot.
Like till now.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You woke up this morning and what show did you listen to?
No, not this morning.
Yeah, so it wasn't like when you were not radio yet. You listen. You had the timetable. You had a roster. Yeah.
No, this ones I'll go to this.
Definitely.
Why not?
I used to. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have the luxury of all of that now.
But this is about love, it's about interest.
It's about interest, exactly.
It's not like you don't have the time to listen. You listen to the radio on the go.
But if you were not on the radio right now, like as your career, you still have that roster.
Absolutely.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Even while I was on the radio, because at that point I felt like you always have to want to get better on this job. So what I basically always do those times is I look for those sports presenters that I really look forward to what they do. So not like I copy what they do, but you always have this pattern of okay, these are the structures and stuff, and it's not even against.
I know people doesn't even genuinely enjoy this.
Exactly. I do that across virtually all of the radio content I'm interested in. Like, let me see how this one works. I mean, you always follow international sport from podcasts to shows and all of that. So I think it's only normal on this job. You can't keep yourself confined to only what you think you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Socrates. I love that moment of
Help me.
It's becoming regular now. That moment of death. Alright, it's always 83-89 and the Hoopers have lost this one to Alali Benghazi. But they've done well. They have done well.
Round of applause.
Yeah, they've done really
everything they've done throughout this tournament have been record. first to win a game, first to win 2 games, first to top their group, first to qualify for this one, first to make the playoffs.
Maybe if they had been on the other side, that Petro Atletico and Cape Town, they probably would have
even then I don't, because Petro Atletico are quite good.
Oh, they're quite good, but not as good as before.
I mean, we were talking about losing to Alavés Bengals who beat the defending champions last round and stuff like that. So like the fact that none of us even saw them coming this far. What Rivers Hoopers have now done is that they've raised the bar of expectations for themselves and any other Nigerian team that does qualify. Before, we never really used to expect Nigerian teams to just go out in the first round. So
and remember, the next qualifier that will represent Nigeria has to win the basketball league now, because the league starts very soon. The draws have been done for the conferences, so whoever wins, Rivers Hoopers definitely are still one of the favorites, will be representing Nigeria at the BAL.
There are new players who will be playing there.
Oh yeah, the international players will be playing, right?
You can really afford Perry to be playing.
No, if Rivers afford them to play.
I'm not speaking as a fan. I'm not privy to their contracts, but I would not be surprised if their contracts are just for the duration of
most likely it's just for the BAL. Yeah, just for the BAL. Alright, Sports Cruise on mainland 9.3 FM. Let's head to Germany. Big news. Wiesn Company has been confirmed as the new head coach of Bayern Munich, bringing a 2-year spell at Burnley to an end. Alright, the Belgian took charge at Turf Moor in the summer of 2022 and guided the Claret straight back to the Prem, winning the championship title with more than 100 points. However, things didn't go to plan last season, and Company's side finished 19th in the table, only winning 5 league games. Can you help me describe a better grass to grace story here? I mean, you relegate a Burnley side, and the next job you get is one of the best jobs in the world in world football.
I have to tell you that even if companies have went to Jazz, and they gave him that revelation. I want to go from Burnley to Bayern Munich this summer. I can still do Chelsea for you.
But also, if you had gone to that person, the person also have referred to him and say, okay, maybe we can also use the old blueprint of Odion Igalo. Favor over Labour.
No, again,
this is favor.
I also look at it from this perspective. I was reading something from someone yesterday afternoon there about perhaps even if company had kept Burnley up, the Prem will have still come for him.
They won't.
About what he did with Burnley in the championship. The man had to it was
the lack of options. They rejected Bayern.
Yes.
Yeah, but they still had a lot of options to consider.
I think they still had quite a lot of options.
If Bayern had appointed someone like Pochettino, would you be surprised?
Bayern were so bad that Sebastian Hoeneß, the less privileged at Stuttgart, rejected them
because Hoeneß finished ahead of Bayern on the table.
No. On that basis, I cannot reject Bayern.
How?
No. Are you going to tell me that because I finished above Bayern, I'm going to reject Bayern?
Who are you? I also reject Bayern because he wants to get to enjoy his achievements with this team
as the league champion.
You are not going to qualify Stuttgart for the Champions League.
I'm not Stuttgart playing champions and now
what Tağ has done with Bologna and go to Juventus after. So
are you saying that's a bad move?
Yeah, in my opinion.
That's not a bad move. It's a good move.
In my opinion, but even if it works out,
Inter are not even in the
point is that
Baba, you join Mainland FM year 1 and CNN comes here 2. I say you want to enjoy Mainland FM for next day.
What kind of setup are you using to tune in?
No. Let's examine it. It's a step up.
Wale, if I join Mainland FM
year 1,
and within that 1 year we are already the most listened to sports show in the world.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave immediately to go to CNN when I've now made.
But you leave later. You leave later.
I'm not talking about money here. I'm not talking from prestige. I'm not talking from the career perspective.
I mean, leaving Bologna and going to Juventus is a massive step up, just like Company has also done. I mean, Company, if he has kept Burnley up, I said, okay, I want to enjoy
Burnley to
there's nothing to enjoy.
It's a higher step of
it's not even a grass to grace.
No,
it's not a grass to grace.
It's almost on the same plane.
It's not. Bologna had a beautiful league season. They finished their Bologna relegated.
Can you tell me last time Bologna played Champions League football?
Yeah, but
I was the last time only played Premier League football they relegated?
I can see why a Juventus
Bologna is a richer club than Bologna. What are you telling me?
Wale, I can see why Juventus wants a coach that took Bologna to finish fourth. I don't see why Bayern Munich wants a coach that
relegated bullies.
Look, as in the way football works, something should not even be able to buy Bayern Munich ticket to watch their match. But here we are, is their coach first.
It's a legend. It's a master.
I'm going to put this in perspective. Never, no, if you are tuning in for me to criticize, but criticize company,
never.
Never. A black man training
is at the top level.
See, we'll see why managers do this. How many black managers have coached at the highest level that you can count on your hand? Not saying at the very highest level of the game. I think this is.
So this is. Are you saying that it's black tax that we have to support company here?
Yes, so
yes,
alright, cool. There's a reason even when Barack Obama was president, he was getting support. Whatever he was getting support.
Alright, Barcelona also have appointed Bayern Munich and Germany boss Hansi Flick as coach today on a deal which runs till June 2026 after sacking former gaffer Xavi Hernandez last week. I think this is a big risk, but Bayern are just running on vibes. Barcelona are just running on vibes. There's no coherence at all, and there's a limit to where vibes can take you.
There's no club I want to fail. Generally speaking, I don't even understand objectively, but for just how they've handled this Xavi situation, I hope there's no happy ending to validate this decision. I hope so. I really, really hope. And that's not because I don't think Hansi Flick is a great manager. He can do it at Barcelona. I just would feel very, very bad if you treat Xavi like that. Anybody can be fired. You can sack him. If your manager is not performing, in your opinion, you have the right to sack him. But don't treat him like this. The way they treated Xavi.
No, I've treated him as like a class.
I'm not even talking about club legend here. Just any manager whatsoever. Okay. Don't.
Because I was going to bring you Frank Lampard conversation.
You want me to go? I'm resigning. You are begging me publicly to stay. I change my mind and then you sack me 1 week later.
Hansi Flick also signals their change of the philosophy. Deco already talked about it a couple of weeks ago that Barcelona need to go on another method. So that means Flick is the end of tiki-taka. Football becomes a bit more direct at Barcelona.
Xavi was not
Xavi promised them tiki-taka, but they even deliver tiki-taka.
The problem is that when they saw the way Xavi played football,
you will automatically have to bring it.
He also promised them. He promised them too that we're going to play the second week. He did shakashiki. Second of the show.
He was just doing big smoke and tobacco.
I'll have to take a break and take a message from our sponsors, but we'll come back. We're coming back to build up ahead of the Champions League final coming up on Saturday. And at the beginning of the show, about this Champions League suffering, they suffered a whole lot until La Decima came around in 2014. We will chronicle that and how La Decima launched them into another era of European dominion. Go anywhere.
Tobacco. Yeah, you know my passion, money and high fashion. Anyway you see me,
You dey find better God. I be you one play correct cost. Over 1.5, I be you one bet. Say, what seem no go score, I don't like hey, we get better payout. Don't worry, we there for you. Our out, chop right out. We know the feeling show. No, we there for you. We there for you. You see for bet Baba, give me money, bet Baba. Cash out it easy, or bet Baba. We get online games for you. Play all what I want. We get better bonus. Money we know that now bet Baba play us so. Cash out for sharp. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch. I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
Alright, Miguel Swiatek is in big trouble. Yes, she trails 2 games still off in the decider against Naomi Osaka. So that's a massive problem for the Polish world number 1. So she has to dig deep here against Leon Osaka from Japan. Alright, we'll come back to that. I'll get some updates before we wrap things up. Second of the show already on Sports Cruise on Mainland 98.3. You can join the program as well. 091366000 is the number to dial if you want to chip in. Feel free. Drop messages also on 091366000 streaming live on Facebook as well. Alright, Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham has been voted La Liga's player of the season after playing a pivotal role in leading the club to their 36th league title. No price for guessing, right?
Absolutely, well deserved.
You'll be surprised.
Surprised?
Yeah, I've seen lots of people on the internet, on Twitter, to be specific, X or whatever they call
it. Okay, so
I disagree with this. I'm surprised by it too.
What names did they have in mind?
To people talking about
Atemdovby,
being the top scorer, top scorer plus as he had the most goal contributions in the league, and I think that's a fair shout. Because
it's a fair shout about
not just a goal scorer. They had the most goal contributions in the league, but I still would have given it to them. But if Dovby won it, I wouldn't have said it was a robbery either. But yes, absolutely. Jude Bellingham, the way he carried Real Madrid, the impact. Real Madrid have had lots of top signings. I can't remember too many of them that hit the ground running at this magnitude, and I'm including Cristiano Ronaldo in this. Like, I don't think Ronaldo had this level of impact in his first 6 months. Of course, Ronaldo is Ronaldo.
Even Florentino Perez said that even Zizou didn't have this kind of impact.
I mean, I'm willing to say Zizou didn't have the impact for the entire 4 years.
No, that's good. Yeah. But we're willing to go to Real Madrid right now for the duration of the show. Now, so Florentino Perez in June 2011 said, "I'm not going to stop until La Decima is won." That's his quote, and he said this at the launch of Zinedine Zidane's book, which was about his playing career. And Zizou, 9 years after the Frenchman's special volley at Amden Park against Bayer Leverkusen, I remember that one in 2002. And the Champions League in 2002, for those who remember, was Madrid's 9th. It was their novena. 9th in total, and it was their 3rd in 5 seasons. They also enjoyed a fantastic patch in that period as well, right? They had 6 successes in the early days. Some people tell you that Madrid, found a way to just start part themselves in those early years.
I don't count this one. Yeah. The first 2 were literally just 2 matches.
Yeah, they won the first 5 editions from 1956 and 1960 as well as 1966.
I think an invitational tournament, I think.
Don't rain on their parade, by the way.
So you call for it, that's what happened.
But since but as Perez spoke at that event back in 2011, the glory seemed a long way in the past by several early exits. It cost Florentino Perez his job as well as
still didn't get the La Decima.
Man was winning La Decima for Real Madrid before
La Liga, but you don't know the 3 Premier League titles they've won, dominating Europe. And I'll tell you for a fact that when wanted to get up with that, they felt like, hey, we would always win La Liga, at least 1 in 3 seasons. Champions League era. I mean, look at AC. I mean, there was also Bayern coming up with some huge numbers, so the pressure was building up. I've always felt like it became more difficult because the pressure was way more. As a Madrid fan, you always go into every Champions League season thinking that, let's see if we can get lucky this time around. And then for every time there's a Lyon, every time there's a Karim Benzema, every time there's a Sidney Govou, every time there's one constant club that keeps making it difficult for Real Madrid. So you always know exactly.
So the pressure of La Decima was so huge that it was affecting the big stars, even the big stars.
Because you know that I'm not building Galacticos to dominate Spanish league. I'm building Galacticos because I want to go on a winning spree in Europe. I want to dominate Europe, and that's exactly what was the drive behind beginning all those big stars.
So after Calderon left, we're unsuccessful chasing La Decima because in the Champions League they suffered 3 consecutive last 16 defeats. Not even in the hands of Lyon then. It was Bayern Munich, Roma, and Liverpool. Now, Florentino Perez comes back. In that summer, he comes back big, Tony Young. They spent more than 200 million euros in bringing in Cristiano Ronaldo, Kaká, and Xabi Alonso, all Champions League winners at their previous clubs. This is all because they still want to win La Decima. In that season's Champions League, Madrid lost their first leg to Olympique Lyon. I remember the first leg was 1-0. Then second leg, Madrid started well, but later on, Lyon equalized and went on to win 2-1 on aggregate. Miralem Pjanic, remember, scored that goal for Olympique Lyon. Claude Puel was manager for Olympique Lyon. And you can go on and on. 2010, the guy won the Champions League at the Bernabeu was Jose Mourinho, right? Inter Milan treble, yeah. And I think they had Pep Guardiola's Barcelona in the semi-finals too, when Messi did damage after Pepe got sent off. I thought they had a good chance until Pepe, got that controversial red card. Following year again, Bayern were their next customers. 2 goals in the first 40 minutes from Ronaldo. In the second leg put them 3-2 up, but Robben equalized and he went into penalties. Remember now, Kaká, Ronaldo, Ramos lost their penalties in shootout.
That was 2012.
And that was 2012. Now let's talk about Mourinho's third campaign.
Okay, the year Chelsea won the Champions League.
Now Mourinho's third campaign is when I thought the La Decima hype crank up again, and it's regarded as one of the best Real Madrid sides that ever won the Champions League today. That Mourinho side.
Yeah, they definitely should have won it 2012. As a Chelsea fan, I'm grateful that they did not win the semi-finals because Madrid don't care about your fairy tale.
They beat Manchester United in that quarter final, I think, last 16. Yeah. Then Dortmund in the lost Dortmund.
Yeah, they lost Dortmund in the quarterfinals. Well, that was the one that the game against United was the one that I think was it Nani that got sent off for?
Yeah.
That chest kick.
3-2.
Scoring in his
against his former club.
Return to Old Trafford. So lots of great memories from a Real Madrid perspective before they started winning, of course. But yeah,
Mourinho prepped them up for what was to come in terms of instilling that competitive streak in the squad.
I mean, not to take away any credit from him, obviously it's Mourinho, but I will still not attribute it to him because the progression was clear. And the biggest factor was Florentino Perez, who was determined to win it. You don't go into a summer before it was cool to spend 200 million on one summer. They spent 200 million on Ronaldo, Benzema, and Kaká.
So the numbers here say that since their 9th Champions League in 2002, between them and winning La Decima, they spent €1 billion.
So they were very intentional in their pursuit. So when you get the likes of Ronaldo in the door, went to bring in Benzema, one of the best young players in the world at the time. Brought in Xabi Alonso, signed Kaká, signed Álvaro Arbeloa. All of these players were signed in the same summer, basically building a super team. It was bound to happen. The manner in which it happened, though, and that showed that La Decima was more of a mental block, not a quality deficiency.
Was it an obsession?
Yeah. Because even the way they won it, they were almost going to lose to Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid, the super team, the team that was assembled and built for this purpose, were going to lose to Atletico Madrid, the team that just found their way to the final. If not for a late goal by Sergio Ramos to tie it up, and then they went on to blow them out in extra time. So absolutely, just shows that football is very, very football happens a lot more in the earth than
and that final, Carlo Ancelotti joined obviously next after Mourinho, and they won the Champions, they won the Zima, and you could remember that season they didn't win the league. Atleti won the league. It showed their obsession with the Champions League because they didn't win the season well. I think they got 2 points from their last 3 games of the season. They were just focused on delivering La Decima, and it came in very, very fortuitous and dramatic circumstances like you just described. But I mean, Ronaldo made a whole lot of it with the first goal.
Shameless.
No, they don't call it shameless.
You don't score the fourth goal in the 4-1 win from the penalty spot and then do all of this. Then what should Ronaldo that scored the late equalizer? What should Gareth that scored the goal that put them ahead? What should Di Maria also have done? And even guys that did not score, lots of guys have fantastic games. Marcelo had a great game. Fabio Contrao, I remember. I think.
But see,
Iker Casillas described it as he said it was bigger that night. The Champions League was bigger than winning the World Cup.
Because I mean, you actually won it against your city rival. I mean, that's actually the twist to it. So even if it was 9-1 and you were part of the ninth, you were the 9th scorer, you probably would have still reacted the way Cristiano Ronaldo did. You didn't beat Chelsea that had no such history as such. You beat your city rival.
Alright, so after winning La Decima, they faltered against Juventus the next season after bringing James Rodriguez and likes of Toni Kroos, Keylor Navas.
Shout out to bring in that.
No, I just mentioned the players they brought in, right? But mostly these 3 players have
fumbled and then they brought.
But mostly these 3 players also helped them winning that triplet under Zinedine Zidane. 16-18.
That's I think it was specifically 16-17. I remember that was the year they did League and Champions League double. They basically played 2 separate teams.
Iker Casillas was the goalkeeper.
In fact,
their big players was the goalkeeper in the Champions League.
In fact, their big players preserved their good performances for the Champions League.
Morata was starting in the league. Benzema was starting in the Champions League. I remember it clearly. James Rodriguez was the starter in the league. Carragher was the starter in the Champions League. Zidane showed exactly how to use the squad. And good shout out to big shout out to the second unit guys. They never thought that they still end up
because everybody understood what the idea for. Thibaut Courtois. Sorry,
I think Ceballos was even playing in the league. That's his score was still Real Madrid player at the time as well. So like,
I think everybody understood what was there. Keylor Navas, you are going to do the league. Casillas, Champions League, defense, this. Everybody understood what was at stake. We're going to win both titles. Both of you will get your medals on both titles. But you know what? Let us keep everybody fresh and go for it. See, there's that elite mentality.
No, was it Courtois? It was Casillas. La Decima or which one?
No,
16. 16 wasn't Casillas.
It wasn't Casillas.
It wasn't Casillas.
17.
It wasn't Casillas. 2014 was.
Casillas moved to FC Porto.
2014 was Iker Casillas, right? Not Decima. But the 2016, no, it wasn't Casillas. It wasn't. It was Thibaut Courtois, Keylor Navas.
Yeah. They were splitting.
Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up this, feel free to join in. But we just try to do a backstory of how La Decima has launched Real Madrid into another era of European domination that has even seen their new players, Vini, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, keeping up the momentum. They've come through awkward situations again this season on their way to the final at Wembley, and they are absolute favourites for the game against Borussia Dortmund come Saturday night. All right, feel free to call it right now. Onomé joins us right away. Hi, Onomé, how are you? Good evening.
Hello,
good evening.
Good evening. Yeah. So just like I was trying to tell you like a couple of weeks ago that Real Madrid had a lot to do, before they won their La Decima. And I'm probably thinking maybe when United get their personally trophy, in the nearest future, possibly, I think you can learn to also. And they are getting on the right track. It's not a little now, but they mark my words. Man, you the league ahead of Arsenal. They win the league first. Before Arsenal dream of winning that league. I don't want to admit. But all love,
alright, I know how it sounds, but that's not an impossibility.
Okay, let's take another possible call here. Hello, good evening. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Jamiu.
Johnny from my evening.
Okay, quickly.
My first evening. Listen. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good round for him, I think. Throwback. My fans keep dreaming of 2064. The deal I play.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Good evening, Rumi. How's it going?
I hail you, everybody in the studio. I like the announcement you gave on Real Madrid to build up to winning the Champions League. There's one thing I want to ask you. What of the involvement of Beckham? When the Beckham came in, did they win the champion during Beckham's era?
No, they didn't. They didn't even win the league. They didn't even win the league.
So it was not a Galactico.
That was a field experience.
It was a Galactico without a trophy.
It's a Gala without Tico.
Alright, thank you very much, Wumi. Hi, good evening. But he fulfilled the essence of him coming to Real Madrid. Those commercial reasons. Hello, good evening. Alright, please do call back if you can. Let's hear from our next caller. Hi, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, Chief, it's really noisy where you're at, okay?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yeah, this is Michael from Australia.
Okay, Michael, it's very noisy over there. Can you call me back?
Alright,
thank you very much. Really appreciate that. It's really, really noisy. Please do call us back if you can right away. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Hey.
Manchester from Akwanja.
What's your name again?
No sir, the Manchester.
Okay, no sir. Is this your first time calling in on the show?
Well, I know now. I've called almost 3 or 4 times.
Oh, so sorry. I'm getting old. I thought you even said you're calling from Manchester actually.
No, I'm not calling from
okay,
there.
welcome to
what on the message looks like impossible, right?
Impossible is nothing.
Hello?
Impossible is nothing, bro.
Yeah. But I assure you that man, you can bounce back and start winning trophies again. But however, I think this one for Real Madrid, and I also know that coming Saturday they are going to win.
All right. Thank you very much, Nosa. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Greatness. How are you?
Good news, colleagues and brother. Good news.
Good evening, greatness.
Good evening. I'm so surprised that they say that he's not hiring anybody. In this Nigeria that they say Nigerian men are very cheap.
Yeah, he says he's got no woman crush.
Oh yes, I just what does he say we Nigerian men are very cheap?
How you sure you're Nigerian man on the way?
Baba, you be Nigerian your name.
Hey, inside I don't scatter everything.
See, let me be honest with you guys. This Jibelian giving him the best player. I will say I was not happy about it. Our sister team, that guy deserved to win the best player.
You don't even know the name of the guy.
That name is very long. I know it's from
for that he doesn't even deserve it.
You even got you know.
He's not even from Croatia. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening to you. Hello,
good evening.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
This Michael, I'm calling back.
Okay, Michael, yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, okay. I want to ask, can we say that Arsenal team was more successful this season than Man U? In my opinion, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the show on Monday, we treated this.
Yes, but the thing is that I don't know why you may have something against Man U.
He's got nothing against United. He's got nothing against United.
You have a loss.
You have to empirically prove that.
Yeah, because we showed Ronaldo to you guys and he was successful. Yes, we will never give Man U a chance to do something. We are one of those people that stood here and said, Man U cannot win Man City. But I just love Tᴜᴏ. The way he analyzed is very objective. So
Tᴜᴏ is objective, but objective.
When it comes to prayer, I think I'm going to give you a punch on it.
Even if you slap me, you still not play Europe this season.
Alright, let's read some messages on Facebook. Babalawa Gafar says, Mr. Tunde, be careful of Mr. Wale and Mr. Okhbe. That mainland FM and Shell comparison was a trap for you. He said Mr. Fuad is listening. Yeah, he always listens. Big shout out to Mr. Fuad, by the way.
Okay.
That's the big smoke.
Alright, tomorrow on the show we'll still keep it Real Madrid. We'll talk about that conundrum that Carlo Ancelotti has found himself in. Thibaut Courtois or Andre Lunin. We'll discuss that tomorrow.
I saw a report that Lunin is sick and that considering living in his space so it doesn't affect everybody. It's very convenient.
As in, how convenient that can be.
I know that there is really no conversation on it, but the truth of the matter is we know who starts on Saturday. It's Thibaut Courtois.
I would start.
Which I think is absolutely
unfair. It's not about who do you think is nice. It is what we're hearing already.
I know.
In fact, I just said the reason why we don't tell you who starts is because he wants you guys to keep on debating it till Friday night.
And the funny thing is that if nothing happens to him, he could start.
So you know what?
He's brought us this far.
So I'm torn in between discussing this now or discussing why Champions League finals keep ending one. So I think we'll keep that for tomorrow. Now let's talk about this whole Courtois and Lunin, because we already have another one in the mode of Eder Militao, who returned also from an ACL. Got back really well, and Villarreal exposed him that he was not ready. It still is like 4 or 5 games to be ready, for big games, and that's a risk that Courtois also might be running for Real Madrid.
And which is why I think Lunin should start, not because of it. I'm not going to put the players' feelings ahead of what's best for the team. Because Casillas, Thibaut Courtois is the better goalkeeper. He's the number one for a reason. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But there's also a reason Belgium dropped him from their Euro.
They dropped him because he had an altercation with Tedesco, not because of his fitness. The guy didn't forgive him. He said he was supposed to be next captain after Hazard left, and they didn't give him the captaincy. And he withdrew from the team.
Okay, I was under the impression that
he coincided with his injury return. Yeah,
I was under the impression that he felt he was not.
He had a falling out with Tedesco.
Look, the point you can play Cᴜᴜ and not have any issues, but do you really want to risk it and find out in the Champions League final, or just play the guy that has shown that is confident enough, the guy that has made sure that he didn't miss Cᴜᴜ the entire season anyway? Why not? So in my opinion, I just go with Luni because he carries the less risk. Of course, Cᴜᴜ is a better goalkeeper, but we are not sure Cᴜᴜ is absolutely at his best right now.
I was reading Graham Onto today. I mean, well-respected Spanish football journalist, and he said something very crucial here. It is general knowledge right now that Cᴜᴜ starts, but maybe this is when Ancelotti has to use one of his greatest skills, and that is being what they call the player whisperer. You know that Lorraine is not going to start, but it's time you tell him early enough that it doesn't start. Don't raise his hopes. But when you tell him early enough, you also prep him up mentally to know that he can still play a big part in this game. And there are case studies. For example, Real Madrid still, when they won Novena against Bayer Leverkusen, and people don't know, Casillas didn't start that game. It was Sanchez who started and got injured very early in that game. And Casillas came on and made 3 miracle saves. Why? Because he was mentally ready.
I mean, look.
So Luni also has been told early, so he can also be ready at the point in time.
We don't know that.
So they won't pull off the what's the name now? There's this Jᴏɪᴜ and Amuna final 2006 final where Neymar got red carded and he was arguably the goalkeeper of that particular tournament. I think they went over 900 minutes of football without conceding any goal, and then they got red carded in the final.
I think that Luni already knows what time is. I don't even think that he needs this much pacifying. And the second choice goalkeeper for a top club, you already know.
You are saying he doesn't need pacifying, but if I'm loading, I'll also be aggrieved.
I don't think so.
I'll be aggrieved. Why? Because I know I'm third choice or second choice, but I've taken this team this far.
You are still at the end of the day, as a professional, everybody understands your role. You are a second choice goalkeeper. It doesn't matter how.
The issue of second choice, I understand where Tune is coming out from, but the issue of second choice does not exactly come through, especially in cup competitions where I've done well in between the sticks. And I was not even second choice. I was supposed to be the third choice going to the league, and then you brought me into the conversation, and then I kept you down to the finals. And did you see the teams Real Madrid knocked out in the route getting to the final?
And that's how he did well enough to become Madrid's second choice goalkeeper in first place. The whole point of second choice is that you should be good enough to hold your own when the need arises. And
it's not your own.
But when the need no longer arises, the first choice is the first choice for a reason.
Anyways, I think Ancelotti is so experienced to know that this injury / bench / mentality moments, they make big differences in big games. When another example, if it involves Madrid, remember that Salah injury yet? Who comes on to change the game for Madrid? It's Gareth Bale, who was incensed, who was pissed that he didn't start that game.
Exactly.
But he comes on because he's ready. So Lunin also, at a point in time, will probably might come on.
We should not be comparing an outfit player with
the goalkeeper.
No, you don't. I'm not saying that I'm comparing outfield and goalkeepers. I'm only saying that the mentality for any player should be that I can come on at any time. And if Tubaku needs to pack up, he just came back from an ACL.
So are you saying maybe you can hire it, man?
You should go and do Pogba.
Well, I said, if you come back from an ACL, you still need to take it it's tricky for you when you come back.
Yeah, based on ability, Cᴜᴜ starts all the way. There is no emotion for me. First choice is first choice, second choice is second choice. But this is not entirely based on ability. We've spoken about the fact that we are not entirely sure that Cᴜᴜ, not only even if medics pass him 100% fit, we are not sure that mentally is there yet. So if that the pressure of the Champions League final will not get to him, having spent, they did a full documentary about the ACL injury that's coming out I think next week.
Everybody does. Yeah. Did you know the Wolves guy who came from Stuttgart? Sasa Kalajdzic?
Yeah.
There's also a documentary on his recovery from ACL. Yeah. I think that's the in thing that everybody does their recovery journey. Kind of.
Yeah. Papa also did the final days of club.
And that's I can't wait to see that.
The trouble dream ended with a single. That's this evening. Alright, let's quickly check on Iga and Osaka. It's now let me see, 4 games to 2 in favor of Osaka. So Ziontek still very much in trouble here. We'll come back tomorrow, talk about plenty of this and so much more. Sunday Young, Okwemi, thanks for coming through. Thanks to those who also joined us on Facebook and via the call lines. We're out. Good night.
This is Mainland 98.3